here's a big topic. Let's talk about bad advice. Shout out to you, Jess, my homegirl, for giving me this idea. Bad advice is one of the worst things that's plaguing the world right now. Bad advice is what's keeping us in the doctor's office. Bad advice is why you keep hurting yourself. Bad advice is why you're still sticking to habits that are harmful to you, but you're just doing it because somebody else drilled it into your head and you're sure that's the way to do it. So what's bad advice? I'll give you a few examples. Let's start with your friend and gym buddy, right? You know, this guy's, he goes to the gym often, he's got muscles, yeah, he knows what he's doing. I got bad advice from a guy like that. It was a coworker a couple jobs back, right? So I'm like, I've never been a lifter, I've always been a martial artist, so I'm like, let me see what this guy's doing, right? We go in, he takes me through his whole routine, what he normally does, and he just gave me like a little less weight to do. And I hurt myself through that workout. I came into the next day, I couldn't move, I couldn't put my jacket on, I was injured, I was in pain. In the middle of that workout, I remember I'm doing free weight benching, right? And my left arm just kept giving out and the weight just kept falling and like landing on my chest, and he's just like, nah, just push, and I'm like lifting, and then it's dead, my arm's dead, my body gave up, and I kept going. See? I don't know any better. I thought this guy knew what he was doing. He doesn't know what it's like to be genetically ungifted. Like, there's some people that just naturally, their bodies are just built a little bit better. They had a better upbringing and they can handle this kind of exercise, jump right into it. A lot of us are genetically ungifted. We've got weird joints. We've got, disproportionate ways that we stand. One limb is longer than the other. Something's whatever, I've never been able to put on much muscle. That's been my problem, right? Plus I have really long arms. Everybody's built different. Everybody has to work out different. You have to work out in a way that works for you. Another example of bad advice. Doctors. Let's keep it real. Doctors. Why is it that as soon as you see a professional man, woman, whatever, in a white coat, and there's like angels singing and a white light shining off them, this person knows exactly what they're talking about, 100%. They went through all those years of medical school, so they are brilliant. Maybe they never wanted to go to med school. Maybe their parents forced them to do it. Maybe they hate their job. Maybe they only learned exactly what they needed to learn to graduate, and now they're just doing the routine. You go for your regular checkup. Oh, let me get my blood checked. Let me get my blood pressure, check my heart, check my lungs. Okay, oh, something's kind of weird with you here. Go see a specialist. Bye. You think that guy's looking out for you? You think the guy that gets paid off prescriptions is looking out for you? The guy that's just gonna give you medication for whatever's bothering you, no matter what. You gotta leave his office with a prescription, right? You gotta leave with a painkiller. You gotta leave with something. You gotta leave with an antibiotic, no matter what. He's gotta get paid, right? You think that guy's keeping up with the latest health trends? You think he's really trying to look out for you? You think he's trying to keep you out the office? No, man, you're sick. As long as you're sick, he gets paid. And then I'm sorry to say, you got some martial art teachers as well. You go to a martial art gym, you're there to learn how to do martial arts. That's it. When you walk in, they're not trying to guide you through maintenance exercise or anything like that. You're going to go through a basic warm-up, push-ups, laps, jumping jacks, boom, let's get it moving, because you're paying to be there to learn martial arts, and they understand that, you understand that. So they're not going to give you the ins and outs of how to get to where you need to be for your specific body type. One of my earliest teachers years ago, when I first started training, I'm jumping in, I'm doing jump rope on a hard floor barefoot, and of course my shins are on fire. I got shin splints. It's killing me. It was detrimental to my muscles, were just overworked. And I asked him, I was like, you know what that is? You ever been through that? He's like, oh yeah, it's just shin splints. You just gotta work through it. Just push through it. And that was it. So I was like, okay, coach. And I just kept working out, pushing through it, and it got worse, to the point that I could barely walk. I had to go home and submerge my legs in a tub filled with just cold water, and that helped to get the swelling down. I had to just let it heal and stretch out and everything, but I was about to hurt myself. Runners too, you got that runner friend who they do it every weekend. Boom, they run marathons, they're out there, you want to go running with them, and they're not going to get you from point A to point B. Most of the time, you're holding them up. They're trying to get to their workout, so you got to work at their pace. Because the thing is, you train with somebody who's a lot higher than you in skill level and whatever it may be, and they got to slow down to your pace. They're not getting a workout. Now they're frustrated. So if you're not at least jogging at a somewhat decent pace to keep up with them, they're just like, we're not running. Why aren't we running? And then you're pushing yourself and you're going to hurt yourself, It's the peer pressure you get from others that often gets us to hurt ourselves. You go to the gym, there's a bunch of dudes pushing up heavy weight. You know, you want to be at their level and you feel like intimidated because you're just starting out. You want to go to the gym and just push up some like lightweight, but you know, these guys are just, everybody judging each other at the gym a little bit, right? So you're just like, all right, let me put a little bit more, let me put a little bit more. It's more than you can handle. And then you just push through it, and then you pull something, you hurt something. Peer pressure. Or one of them jumps in and starts giving you, you know, some bro science, and you start doing something you're not ready to do yet, and you hurt yourself thanks to this guy. All I'm saying is, ignore the bad advice. Don't let bad advice and peer pressure be the reason why you're doing a new thing or trying something new or taking a step into fitness. Do it at your own pace. You know your body, you know how you feel, you know what feels good, you know what doesn't. You can see the improvements. You have to just be one with yourself and take notes, write it down, and just be consistent. Whatever you're doing, doesn't matter. Consistency is the only thing that's going to lead to new habits and improvement, which will then branch off into you doing other activities. Consistently walk 30 minutes a day. See how you feel about it. Take notes. Notice the difference in your body. See what else you can take on after that. Then maybe you can do a light jog if your body's up for it. Okay? Consistency, that's it. Ignore bad advice.